So check this out real quick. You don't need to spend hours trying to pick 78 different stocks. And you definitely don't need to stress over trying to find the one perfect pick. Because these ETFs right here have already done the homework for you. You can think of an ETF as a pre-made mini portfolio. You buy an ETF and then you instantly get exposure to hundreds and sometimes thousands of different stocks. Take this first one up here, VOO, for example. This one tracks the S&P 500 index, which is basically giving you exposure to 500 of the biggest US businesses. You can see the top three stocks in this fund. NVIDIA makes up 7.3%, Microsoft 7%, and Apple 7% as well. Now you'll quickly see with this infographic, all these ETFs have slightly different returns over the last 10 years. And that's just because each of these ETFs has a different basket of stocks or a way they're kind of weighting the stocks in each of these ETFs. VTI, for example, is going to be similar to VOO, but it's going to give you a sprinkle of some smaller companies mixed in. And then we have QQQ. This is the NASDAQ 100 Tech Heavy Fund. It's had the highest return over the last decade compared to all the other ETFs on this list. And that's because it's more zoomed in into tech stocks. And then we also have VUG, which gives you exposure to more of those fast-moving growth stocks. VWO, for people who want exposure to emerging markets, countries like China, India, even Taiwan and Brazil. Then we got VT on the list, which is basically just going to give you a little exposure of everything. Or if you're somebody who wants to take a little bit more of a conservative play, SCHD gives you exposure to companies that are more established and are returning profits in the form of dividends to investors. The last column is going to show you the best and worst years over the last decade for each of these ETFs. But really, at the end of the day, the beautiful thing about ETFs is they give you some more balance. If one stock starts to fumble, it's just one piece of the bigger pie that you're investing in. So the other stocks will kind of help smooth out the ebbs and flow in your portfolio, while the bad stocks are kicked out and removed from the ETF and replaced with a better stock, all without you having to do a thing. So don't sleep on ETFs. At the very least, they're great tools to build the foundation of your portfolio. And if you tap the link in my bio, you can grab my free compound interest ebook